Moting also walked out at this time and saw me and Sister Long. This person is Sister Long. It's really as impulsive as what was written in the investigation report. Suche hurriedly pulled Sister Long. You calm down first. Sister Long is still struggling. Let go of me. How can I calm down in this matter? With that, Moting walked down. I looked at the man in front of me. Are you done with your work? Did we disturb you? He then smiled and whispered in my ear. Spring night is short. Mistress Mo, don't keep me waiting. Sister Long directly frowned in place. These two people are so intimate. Give you another half an hour. Only then did Sister Long realize that. So the person who married Towning was Moting, the president of Highway Entertainment. I also realized that it's only half an hour. I told Moting to go to his room first. I'll be back soon. Honey, I'll leave the guests to you to receive. Moting glared at Sister Long again, and I could see that this Sister Long was really concerned about Towning. With that, he left the place, leaving me to deal with it on my own. Sister Long pulled my hand. Towning, pinch me. I'm not dreaming. Am I? Your husband is. I also reassured her. Sister Long, it's true. I'm married to Moting. No wonder your previous affirmation was able to be on the hot search. No matter how much money Hin Yufan spent, he couldn't take it down. Towning, you simply surprised me. That's right. Even if you get married, you can't be a rubbish like Hin Yufan. But I didn't expect you to marry the president of Harvest Entertainment. If Hin Yufan finds out you're married to Moting, he'll be so happy. Sister Long, I have no plans to disclose my relationship with Moting for the time being. Sister Long was surprised. What did you say? You're not going to disclose your relationship with Moting? I lowered my head to think. With the help of Moting's power, I can indeed soar to the heavens. However, others would only say that I am Moting's wife, not my old Towning. 3 years ago, I could have become the #1 model in Shengjing. 3 years later, I can still get back what's rightfully mine with my own efforts. Sister Long, if you're still willing to help me, we'll work together from now on. If not, I don't blame you. I'll help you get out of your contract with Sky Arts. She patted my shoulder. Of course I'm going to stay by your side and become the gold medal agent of International Supermodel Towning. But you're going to stay with Sky Arts Entertainment. I'm confident. Hin Yufan used me so many times. How can I return the favor as much as I can? But I still need you to do something for me. We'll talk about the rest another time. Luce, please take Sister Long home. Suche then prepared to pull Sister Long away, and the two of them were also not giving anyone a good face. I came here to the room. Sister Long and I had finished talking about business. Moting was wearing a bathrobe, holding a red wine, revealing his pecs. Is the result still satisfactory? I blushed. Satisfied. Moting is so sexy like this. Moting asked me to come over and sit down. He asked me to have some wine to relax, but I stared at his abs. His body is so sexy. I'm not much of a drinker. My heart was pounding. Towning, I'm your husband. You don't have to worry so much in front of me. I lowered my head, so I'll just drink a little bit. Moting was drinking red wine at that moment. I have a better idea. One hand just reached out. I don't know what he wants. Half for one. Fair enough. He fed me wine. After that the two of them kissed and couldn't help themselves. Is it good? I've only had a little wine. I'm a bit dizzy. He stroked my face. Ew, you're too bad at drinking. You suffer at events. Have to practice. I looked shy. Then Mr. Mo said, what should I do? He put his arm around me. Naturally, he has a small drink every day. Just use that way just now. How about it? I touched his abs. Barely. Then Moting sipped his red wine again. Very good. Then let's continue. He wanted to continue to feed me wine. I reached out and put my hand on his chest. He tried to push me down. Then he let his hand drop, and I called out his name. Let's go to bed. Not here. He then cupped my chin. Towning, I want a lot. There are still things you can't let go of in this heart of yours right now. I want you to have only me in your heart before you become mine completely. I hurriedly pulled his hand, explaining what I just said. I don't hate that we are like this. Moting then looked at me, a little surprised. I then asked him, Moting, are you still not able to completely trust me? He touched my face with a serious face. Fool, I want you very much. You won't fail to understand how attractive you are to me, but I want to complete you, both body and mind. And I'll wait until you're sure. I touched his hand. Thank you. It's been a long time since anyone has respected me like he has. HF Corporation building. The founder was watching the video in front of the computer, calming down to watch Towning's runway video. Her professionalism was far above Mo Euro's. The aura is strong, 360 degrees without a dead angle. The assistant walked in at this time. Boss, you've been staring at this video for a long time. I just suddenly came to my senses. Anger can sometimes blind a person, so that one cannot see the glittering diamonds. Immediately after that, he called Hin Yufan, Mr. Han, about the endorsement. I'd like to have a chat with you, Mr. Oren. Euro's injury will soon recover and won't delay the new product launch. But Oh Yen said, "Yi on the contrary, we demand to withdraw the endorsement." He was shocked by this. "What did you say?" Mr. Han Yufan, we request to change the spokesperson. Replace Yuru with Tang Ning. Replace her with Tang Ning. Mr. Eugene, isn't this inappropriate? Oh Ren doesn't care about his emotions in the slightest. We haven't officially signed the endorsement yet. If we can't replace her with Tang Ning, we'll have to find another company to work with. If you're worried about Yuro's foot injury, we have other models with higher recognition. We only need Tang Ning. Hearing this, Han Yufan clenched his fists and then also got hung up on. He was very angry. This endorsement was meant to add to Mo Yuro's top 10 of the year. Unexpectedly, it would actually allow Tang Ning to pick up such a great bargain. Then he heard the door to his room being opened. He turned his head and looked over. A petite voice came. "Dear, who are you talking to on the phone?" Mo Yuro tenderly touched him. He hugged this woman. "Baby, why did you run out from the hospital?" "I can't let Tang Ning pass her Han Yufan. Now is the best time to grasp Han Yufan and let him kick Tang Ning out so I can get to the top." Then she blew a hot breath in Han Yufan's ear. "It's not because I miss you. Don't you miss me?" He touches Yuro's face. "Hooked little goblin. How could I not miss you?" Truly, he pounced on her. He just pressed down on Yuro. "Yuro, I especially want to be with you now." Followed by a gasping sound. Her mouth was still swearing sovereignty. "Yufan, I love you. I can never lose you." Finally the love reached its peak and a moment was heard. The two of them embraced each other. Here in the Tianyu Entertainment Building. Immediately there are murmurs here in the toilets. "Have you heard? Mo Yuro HF's endorsement has been cancelled. The spokesperson has been replaced by Tang Ning. You said Tang Ning stole Mo Yuro's endorsement. The story is spread. I'm exercising in the garden of Mo Ting's villa. It's already the 8th lap. I'm gasping for breath. My assistant is surprised. Ma'am, you've been running for a long time. Do you need to rest?" I just refused. "I don't need this kind of strength." He was holding a glass of water and thinking, "Am I thinking of you as too weak?" In these 3 years, although I no longer walk the catwalk, I have never relaxed my demands on myself. Perhaps in my heart, from the beginning to the end, I have never given up. I'll let everyone know that Tang Ning, was born for the stage. A footstep rushes in. The assistant came with a mobile phone. "Madam, it's for you. It's Sister Lun." "Hello, Sister Lun. Is something wrong?" Tang Ning, you have an endorsement. Now the HF endorsement is yours." I calmed down straight away. "Sister Lun, don't be too busy being happy. This matter, I'm afraid that Mo Yuro won't let it go like this." Back to the pool of Mo Ting's villa. I train in swimming here. Today's exercise is almost done. I stick out my head. This side of a car stopped. As soon as Mo Ting got out of the car, he asked Tang Ning where she was. The assistant also hurriedly responded that his wife is now at the pool. He came to the pool and found it. Here it is, looking at me swimming alone, looking a little lost in thought. I hadn't realized that he had come here. It's been a long time since I've had such a refreshing swim. I walked out slowly. In my heart, I was thinking back to what Sister Long told me. I'm afraid Mo Yuro will soon go to Han Yufan and cry about it. Suddenly a hand came out from behind. I let out a shocked cry. "Who is it?" Then turned around and pushed the man into the water. "Don't touch me." There was a plopping sound and a splash of water. When he came out of the water, I saw that it was Mo Ting. "Mo Ting, how come it's you?" I was shocked. The corners of his mouth rose slightly. "Otherwise, who do you think it is?" Mo Ting then sank into the water, flooding the water. I anxiously shouted at him, "What's going on?" I also immediately jumped into the water. Splash! I was looking for Mo Ting. He just did that. It can't be a crab. Right. We have to find him quickly. A hand reached out and patted me on the back. I looked at him. How could he scare me like that? He took my head and kissed me. The two of us parted slowly. I didn't realize I cared so much about him. I saw the water clattering and splashing. I stuck out my head and coughed twice. Cough. It's okay. I almost thought I was going to be suffocated. After that, the two of them left the pool and went upstairs to be able to take HF's endorsement. Tang Ning, you did well. I looked at him with a smile. Being praised by you makes me happier than anything else. He was very confident in me. I'll wait for you to get back to the number 1 position. I looked at him firmly. I will. Mo Yuro's flat here. She's still asleep. She heard a call from her assistant. She's very upset. Who's the bastard? He's disturbing her sleep. She hung up on him straight away, and she heard the urgent sound of the door. He was yawning, disturbing my beauty sleep. Assistant rushed to explain. Yuro, it's not good. HF's endorsement was changed to Tang Ning. Hearing this news, Yuro was shocked. What did you say? Kitchen of Villa Merton. I came here. Sister Juan, let me help. How can something like cooking be done by Madame herself? I want to personally cook a meal for Mo Ting. Today the kitchen is mine. You go and rest. Mo Ting seems to have paid attention to. I skillfully cut the carrots. I heard Sister Juan say that Mo Ting likes to eat fish. Then I want him to taste my handiwork. While I was still cutting the vegetables, Mo Ting came over. What are you doing? He wrapped his arms around my body and sniffed my hair. I told him to stop. I'm cooking fish. He continued to whisper in my ear. Bah, I now just want to eat you, turning my head around, kissing the nape of my neck. I moaned, don't. This is the kitchen. Okay, I'll let you go for now. I dodged him and I continued to cook the fish. He looked at me from behind. Is this shyness? Touching my head again. I'll help too. I looked surprised. Mo would always cook. He HMNMED and picked up the iron pot. I'll let you cook for the last time today. From now on, I'll just leave these things to Sister Huang. Beware of getting hurt. I hummed lightly, domineering. However, it's been a long time since someone spoiled me like this. Slightly still a bit happy about it. Mo Euro flat. Then someone shouted, what did you say? Mo Euro clenched her fists. Has an HF's endorsement already been finalized? How could there be a change? Euro, is true. General Manager Ham received a call from HF, naming Tong Ning as the spokesperson, or else he refused to cooperate. Tong Ning, this bitch. How could this happen? She was so angry and anxious that she was a bit unsteady on her feet. So she's going back to the company now. This matter, I want Yufan himself to give me an explanation. And Yufan is in a dilemma. HF is so adamant that she only wants Tong Ning. Isn't this just reaching out and slapping Euro's face? Bah, I can't mess with money. He pressed out his cigarette. It's better to think about how to appease Euro. The sound of knocking on the door came. Please come in. This woman came here with her assistant. Just pitifully asked Han Yufan what's going on. He tells the assistant to go out first. The assistant goes out and closes the door. Why did Tong Ning take away my endorsement? Euro, it can't be helped. Don't worry, I'll get you a better endorsement. You know that HF's sister is a judge of the top 10 models. This endorsement is very important to me. How can it be snatched away by Tong Ning? I don't care. If I lose this endorsement, then I don't want the baby, and I won't keep Jie. And Yufan could only pacify her. What are you talking about? You know very well that I'm biased in your favor. It's just that HF's attitude is so strong this time. I can't help it. This woman is actually shedding tears. Yufan, Tong Ning has already let me in so many times anyway. What's the point of letting her let it happen one more time? He's helpless too. Don't get excited. It's not good for the child. I'll talk to her about this. Be good. Don't cry. And they kissed. Tong Ning, HF's endorsement still needs further communication with Mr. Han. The assistant noticed them. Why did Tong Ning come to the company at this time? He wanted to stop me and Sister Long. Wait a minute. Mr. Han and Euro are having a meeting inside. I'll let you know. I laughed coldly. A meeting? Do you really think I'm an idiot? I directly bypassed the assistant. That's just right. I also have something important to find them. Tong Ning, you can't go in. This pair of dogs. I was just about to open the door. Slowly opened the door handle. Miss Han, Mr. Han and Miss Mo are having a very important meeting inside the office. They also heard the assistant's voice. Then they heard a click. They quickly separated, and Yufan was the first to speak. Tong Ning, where did you go last night? They were really doing that kind of thing. Do you know that I searched for you all night? Euro and I had a misunderstanding. I've already sent out the news to clarify. Don't make a big deal out of it. Okay. I smiled coldly and didn't say anything. He really opened his mouth to talk nonsense. Looking for me. I'm afraid that he found a bed with Mo Euro. Otherwise, it's impossible for him to not even notice that I've moved out of my original flat. I turned around and went over. Between Miss Mo and I, it's not a misunderstanding. I've helped her so many times as she beat me back. This isn't a misunderstanding that can be cleared up with a single sentence. But Yufan is still helping Euro to explain. The paparazzi were present at the time. Euro was also first to do nothing, so you should stop pursuing the issue. As for HF's endorsement, you should return it to Euro. It's very important to her. It doesn't concern me in the slightest. Since you've retired and won't be walking in the show in the future, getting the endorsement is of no use. Yes, Tong Ning, you haven't walked the runway for so many years. You've long been rusty on the catwalk. What's more, HF's endorsement was originally mine. It's just that I'm temporarily injured. I looked at the two of them fiercely. Enough. Don't be angry. If you really want to walk the runway, I don't mind letting you be my understudy once in a while. I clenched my fist when I heard that. I looked at her with a sneer. Understudy. It's so ironic coming from Miss Mo. Tong Ning, don't be ridiculous. If you still love me, don't take this endorsement. Arranging this endorsement for Euro is also for the betterment of the company in the future. Hearing Han Yufan speak up for her, he looked smug. Yufan's words had reached this point, so Taning's woman must have gone soft right away. Pulling Yufan's hand, you hurry to contact HF company. Just say Taning consider the wedding issue, not ready to accept any endorsement. And I directly stopped this hand. Slow down. This endorsement. I'll take it. And Yufan looked at me with a displeased expression. What's going on? She actually dares to refute my decision. Don't forget, I'm also a model for Sky Arts. Besides, I've spoken to HF's Mr. Oren, and he's looking forward to our collaboration. He grabbed my hand excitedly. Taneng, I'm the president of Sky Arts Entertainment. The decision-making power lies with me and not you. If you really want to be so capricious, I think we can stop this marriage for a while. He's still confident. I don't believe she won't give in. I smiled. You don't want to get married? Then let's not get married. It doesn't seem so important. I was surprised to hear that. What do you mean by that? Taneng, don't you love me anymore? I wrenched his hand away. Mr. Henderson has something to say. So don't get physical. Why don't you ask yourself first? Do you love me? This makes the man freeze. We're getting married, and you're asking if you love me. Why can't you be more understanding and think of me more? I turned around and was ready to leave. After that, Mr. Han will have to slowly get used to this unintelligent me. He wanted to stop me. His hand was yanked by a hand, and he was a bit surprised. This green tea whore pulled his hand. Yufan, don't chase after her. Taning is now angry. It's useless for you to chase after her. I went back to the car. Since I'm not in love anymore. Han Yufan, ew, in my eyes, you're just rubbish. Then I stepped on the accelerator and left. The sound of the car traveled for kilometers. Back here at Motin's villa, Madam is back, and he won't open the door. I asked him, Motin, is it back? Motin, at this time holding a cup of coffee, responded to me. I looked at Motin's face. What's going on? Half a day without seeing him. I actually think it looks better. He also smiled and blushed. Mistress Mo, your eyes, are you implying something to me? I rushed back to my senses and looked over, shyly lowered my head. What was I doing just now? I was so distracted by him. By the way, I'm going to Lucerne tomorrow for a location filming, so I probably won't be able to come home at night. He grabbed my hand. Isn't the contract not until tomorrow? He dragged me over to him. He wrapped his arms around my waist. You're going to shoot in the afternoon. The HF new product launch is just around the corner. So I, the spokesperson, can't be idle. Moting, give me a little more time. I will be a wife that makes you proud. Coming into the night, he looked at me. I never doubted Tony's ability. I was just looking forward to it. How far she could go. Slowly moved closer to me and whispered my name. You have always been my pride. Kissed me lightly on my forehead. And Yufan's flat. Mo Yuro's body trembled with anger. Taneng, you bitch. With a clan? The cup was shattered, and Yufan heard the sound and came over. Yuro, don't be so agitated. It's not good for the child. You also know it's not good for the child. But you still watch Taneng steal my endorsement. Yuro, I'm already helping you negotiate a bigger cooperation. We still have plenty of opportunities. Even if Taneng gets an endorsement, she can make it on her own. Even so, I'm still not happy. After the accusation, she pretended to sob again. On the other hand, there is another face. Taneng, she has dominated you for so many years. I will never let her have a good time. Motin's villa. The sun shines in. Today is the day to sign the contract with HF. As soon as I got up, Motin kissed the corners of my eyes. Good morning, Mistress Mo. Good morning, husband. I looked at him happily. Master, please drive faster. Sister Lum looked serious. We have to hurry and take the dress to Tony. And over here the two have come to this extravagant place. High-class suits, extravagant clothes that fill the entire shop, high-caliber dresses, designer bags, and limited edition shoes. This cloakroom was also too extravagant. Motin is really generous. I looked at the wide array of items. I prepared this especially for you. He took a gown and gave it to me. Try it on. He even prepared a dress for me to attend an event. It's so nice to be pampered. When I didn't react, he asked me what was wrong. Nothing. Moting, thank you for being so good to me. Fool, it's only natural for me to spoil my wife. It's getting late. You're still standing here. Do you want me to change it for you? What? I cover my face shyly. Turn around and go to the changing room. No need. No need. I can do it myself. 3 minutes later, I changed and came out. Elegant and beautiful describes me, and this dress also brings out my temperament. Taning looks impeccable in this dress. Sister Lun shouted, Master, right here. He closed the car door, fortunately in time. What do you think? I asked Moti nervously. Taning, show some respect. You've seen it all before, but you're so nervous. Just because of Motin's look. He got up and said there was one more thing missing. There was a small black box next to him.